What's up, everybody? I'm Thomas, and welcome to Full-Time Fans, where being a fan is pretty much a full-time job. Last season, Ruby was pretty good and got some solid storytelling, huge lore drops, and of course, amazing fight scenes as per usual. But my favorite part was when it was over. Not because I didn't like the season or anything, no, but because the teaser for GenLOCK dropped. I am so hyped because, like many of you, I started watching Rooster Teeth animation at Red vs. Blue. And I loved the show. A couple guys sticking around on Halo, slice of life stuff, but it turned into the amazing Freelancer saga with the AI and the Super Soldier, and I feel like this is going to have a similar vibe, and I am ready for more. Rooster Teeth animation is kicking ass, and we're going to talk about why in a second. So you ready? Let's get into it. So basically the point of this video is to collect a ton of info from a ton of different places and put it in one place to keep you guys updated on everything GenLOCK. Now most of this comes straight from the GenLOCK fandom wiki, so if you want to check out all the sources and such, check them out over there. But anyway, let's get started with the basics of the story. What do we know? Well, we learned in the 2018 Anime Expo it takes place about 50 years into the future. And according to the show's summary, it's about those who are on the losing side of a global cultural war. And an experimental science unit is pushed to identify a team of young pilots who can control a variety of prototype next-generation mecha. The recruits find, however, that their newfound abilities come at no small cost. The thing that I think is most interesting is this idea of a global cultural war. According to Gray Haddock, head of Rooster Teeth Animation and the showrunner, he has described this conflict like this. The first episode introduces the very beginning conditions of the war, and it will begin to move around a little bit. It's not necessarily a war between nation states, but trends that every nation state tends to have in common. It's not like the front lines of the war are at the borders, but it could be in the middle of a particular city. People with one set of views are done being patient with people with the other set of views, and there's a particular portion of the global culture that is recognized that even though they're spread out among former nation states, that they have certain things in common, and organized to do a territory grab so they can form new areas of the world that are very much a monoculture representing just their views. Then you have everyone else who doesn't agree with that perspective. So this sounds like there's some interesting geopolitical stuff that the show can dig into. It's nice to know that there's some meat there and it isn't just a bunch of mechs fighting. Although, I'm sure that there'll be plenty of that.
Let them fight.
Let's get into the characters though. We got Julian Chase. Now, Julian Chase is going to be the main character. He was born and raised in New York and is a former fighter pilot of the Vanguard. The Vanguard is the existing military in the show. According to Haddock, Chase is an all-American guy who is charming, funny, and the first guy to break the ice to make sure people are doing okay. He's also revealed he is coping with some kind of tragedy, but we'll just have to wait and see what that is. And of course, the biggest piece of news, of course, is that Michael B. Jordan will be voicing Chase. Apparently, he loves anime. And you know that meme comparing Killmonger to Vegeta? Well, apparently that's no coincidence. He's a huge DBZ fan and loves anime. So apparently he's really pumped to be in an anime. And you can kind of see it in his character design as well. I mean, come on, if they ever do another live-action DBZ movie, like a good one though, let's get freaking Michael B. Jordan to play Vegeta. I mean, come on. He's dying for the role. Miranda Worth. Now, Miranda is a mech pilot, but not a GenLOCK pilot as far as I know. It doesn't look like she was selected as a candidate for the program. But the 2018 Anime Expo revealed that she's an expert at piloting a certain kind of mech. Although they wouldn't reveal what it was, I'm sure it's freaking awesome. And her character designs, you can see she's wearing these armor pieces over her uniform. They said that this is needed to pilot the mech. So it's kind of cool to see they're thinking this tech through and not just taking the easy route and throwing them in Iron Man suits.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not.
She also works with the Vanguard, and her and Chase have a thing going on, so that's cool. I really hope they don't pull a Sienna Khan and kill her off in the first episode. And that's like the tragedy that they're talking about that Chase has to cope with. Because that would be a waste, because she's being voiced by freaking Dakota Fanning. And like only using her in one episode would be really freaking sad. Because she looks like she's going to be a great character. But anyway, speaking of Sienna Khan, Monica Riel is voicing Colonel Marin. Now, Monica has done a few roles in dubbed anime, you know, nothing too major. That's a pretty small list of things she's been in. I mean, she was just Bulma in DBZ, you know, nothing major. But for real, it's really amazing to have her on board. And we don't know much about Colonel Marin yet, except that she's really invested on her side of the war. And we know that she's worried about Chase and the secret of the GenLOCK program getting out, because we know that from the teaser.
As soon as they figure out what he is, they will come hunting for him and for you. Given what we're seeing here, I believe you can stop worrying about Chase as much.
No. No, I think I'll keep worrying about him a little longer.
Now, the other character we learn more about is Kazu. He's being voiced by, well, you know, I'm not even gonna try to butcher this guy's name. So here it is, right there. Check that out. That's his name. But you might know this guy from Spike. He's Spike from Cowboy Bebop, and he's also Batman in the new Batman Ninja. But anyway, Kazu is a member of the Japanese military, and he's a tank driver, although judging from that armor, I'd say it's probably not a traditional tank. The armor pieces look similar to Miranda's, and we know those are for piloting mechs. So I wonder if there are different kind of mechs for different purposes. Anyway, he's actually not a tank driver anymore because something happened to get him demoted. I mean, like, way demoted to, like, cook. He's like a cook. So when Dr. Weller recruits him, he's more than happy to say yes. Oh, and also he plays guitar. The last character we're going to talk about is one I'm most excited for because he's being voiced by David Tennant. So I guess the voice actor for Dr. Weller in the teaser was just a placeholder while they were casting. And I mean, that guy was fine, but this is David Tennant we're talking about. I think Bernie said it best when he said Tennant is sci-fi royalty, and we're thrilled to have him join this amazing cast. Well said. Well said. Now, we don't know much about the character, but Haddock said that Tennant instantly nailed the breadth of emotion, both the humor and the seriousness that Weller brings to the show, and that there are moments that are absolutely going to make us choke up. Alright, and that's all I got for you guys today, but RTX is just around the corner, so I'm expecting a lot more GenLOCK news. So if you like these videos, leave a like on the video, and I'll be sure to do more of them. But until next time, remember, we're your friends, not your boss. See you next time. Alright guys, there's something that's been bugging me. What's so special about the GenLOCK mechs? I mean, if there's a whole bunch of kinds of mechs in this world, why the secrecy and specialty of these new GenLOCKs? Got any theories? Leave them in the comments below, I want to hear them. And as always, do all that, subscribe, the like, and all the YouTube stuff. Later.